So I have just one of this bulb here because I have the other one in the soft box that I use, and I'm going to give this one away to one lucky person that's watching this video. Hey guys, King here. So this is the Oraimo smart bulb. It's a 9-watt smart bulb that is sold for 15,000 around the Oraimo store, and it's packed with a lot of features. And I'm going to do my very best to show you guys what these features are. But before we do that, let's talk about how to set the smart bulb up. To set this light up is pretty simple. It usually comes in two, so you want to pull out one of the lights, and then you want to screw it to a lamp holder. Now mind you, this is a screw light, not a pin light. Once you have that screw to a lamp holder, the first thing you would notice is the light begins to flash. Once it begins to flash, that is the light telling you it's in pairing mode. The next thing you want to do is then go to the Oraimo Home app. If you don't have this app, you can download this app on the Play Store or on the App Store, or you can just scan the code at the back of the Oraimo smart bulb carton that can take you straight up, to where you can download this app. Once you have the app downloaded, go to the home side, click on the add button, and then automatically the app will see the bulb and to try to add the smart bulb onto the app. For some reason that is not working, you can add this bulb manually. Still in the home button, you will see different variations of smart lights that you can add to this particular app. You just want to search for the smart bulb, select on it, and it will still add the bulb in less than a minute or two. So now that you have this bulb set up, what are the things you can do with this smart bulb? So the first thing you can do with this smart bulb obviously is to change names. So if you have multiple bulbs, so someone like me that has multiple bulbs, the first thing you want to do is you want to add or rename the bulbs so it's easier for you to understand which bulb you're controlling at what particular point in time. To do this is very simple. You want to go to the bulb, and then you want to wait for it to come up. You want to go to this little icon here that is a pencil icon. Again, you want to wait for it to load up. This is depending on your RAM or the phone. And then you want to also select the pencil here, and then you can see icon, name, and location, and then you can change whatever you want to change in this part. I'm going to leave mine as top light. Another thing you can do with this smart bulb is you can change the colors. So the light you're seeing behind me has smart bulbs inside of them, the same Oraimo smart bulb, the one at the top and the one at the bottom. And for the case of this video, we're going to be working with the one at the top. So you can change the temperature, like I said, from cool light. You can change it also to warm light. And you can also adjust the intensity of this light by either increasing it or reducing it, which I think is cool, Another thing you can also do with this light is you can change the colors, and I want to believe this is what most people would do with this light. Right now, it's changed to blue. You can change this to red. If you want, you can change this to pink. You can change this to orange, and whatever color that suits your the atmosphere you're trying to create. Another thing you can also do with this smart bulb is it has presets inside of it that you can just use. So for instance, say you want to do like a good night, you can go down here. You can click on the good night light, and what happens is it changes the light, to this light, which is more like saying a warm light essentially. And you can change it to work as well. Work also is more like a cool light. And then you have other presets. So you have this red and blue gradient, and once you click that, it starts to change from red, into blue. You can also increase or reduce the intensity of this as well. And you can also reduce or increase the speed at which the light changes from blue into red. There's so many presets here you can go through and you can just play around. Another thing you can do with this light is reading mode. Now, if you watch my previous light video on the light tube, you know what reading mode is. But for those who don't know what reading mode is, reading mode essentially is when the light takes after or follows after your voice. So if you're singing, the light moves to the voice, and I think that is cool to have on the smart bulb as well, so you can use that for some party scenes if you want to. Another thing you can do with this smart bulb is you can schedule the light to when you want it to come on and when you want it to go off, which I think is pretty awesome as well. But the problem with this is if you set this light to come on at 7 p.m. or let's use another example. You set this light to go off at 7 p.m. and the power supply or the power cuts off at 6:30 and then comes on at 6:45. This light will no longer go off at 7 p.m. That's because once the power goes off and goes on, what that does is it automatically resets that schedule that you've done. So it's not something you would utilize a lot, in this part of the world. But if you're somewhere you have steady power supply, of course, this is something you would use a lot, and I think it's cool that they had that, added to this particular light. Another thing you can do with this smart bulb is if you go back to the home side, you can set your scene and you can create your scene. So if you have multiple of this bulb, and you want to create, say, a romantic scene, a sad scene, a freaky scene, you know what I mean? You can just go over to the scene side and you can click the plus button and you can create whatever scene you want to create. And you can also customize this, to where you have one tap to run. What that means is once you click on that, all the light comes on at the same time. Now, all this light can be changed, different colors, different saturation, and even different brightness, which again is creating a scene that I just explained a few seconds ago. You can also customize the same scene to change based on the weather. Now, I don't know how this works exactly, but based off what I can see on the app, it says that when local temperature is greater than 28 Celsius, the light most likely might change to fit that. Now, that is for you to then set. And I think again it's a cool feature to tell you, whether it's hot or light has changed. It's a way to tell you that this is what's going on around your vicinity. And I think again, like I said, I think I've said this like 1,000,001 times. It's a cool feature to have. Another thing about the smart bulb that you can do is you can actually use this smart bulb with third-party controls. So, for instance, if you go to, let's go to top right again, and you go to where you have this change of name thing here, you can see where it says third-party control. What that means is things like Alexa Home, Google Home. You can see Alexa, turn on my light, and it turns on the light, because you can connect or you can integrate this light, into those third-party software, third-party control, which I also think is really cool for the price point. So what do I think about this light? I think this light is a good light to have. I think in 2025, I think most people should have a smart bulb in their home. I think it's a very affordable way to be able to change and set the scene and set the mood in your house without having to, go to the switch. Since I got the smart bulb, I've never really turned on the light and turned them off from the switch. It has always been from my phone. I never that smart that I have around me. I think this is one way to also, how couples get when they're trying to go to bed at night and everybody's trying to get to bed first because they don't want to be the one who's going to turn off the lights. With a smart light, you don't have to have that fight anymore, even if it's just casual fight, just to play. You don't have to have that anymore. You can be on the bed and you can turn off the lights, and you can still turn off the lights while you're on bed without having to stand up. Whatever it is, or wherever it is you're in your house, you can still control the light, which I think is a really cool thing to have in a smart bulb. So I have just one of this bulb here because I have the other one in the soft box that I use, and I'm going to give this one away to one lucky person that's watching this video. But to win this is very simple. Here's what you have to do. You have to first of all subscribe, like, and then you want to go to the comment section and you want to comment "I want." Now once you do that, you then now want to share the link of this video to your friends, and then you want them to comment under your comment saying just one thing as this smart bulb has, essentially just saying a feature that this smart bulb has. Now the comment with the most comments is going to be the winner of this smart bulb. Whatever it is you're in Nigeria, I'm going to find a way to ship this down to you. And yeah, so let the game begin. Thank you for watching up to this point. See you guys in the next one. Bye.